You are unstable. You are scary. You are aggressive. And don't you love it? You are being too sensitive. Don't look at that. You always take things the wrong way. Or maybe I'm just being dramatic. Or maybe, oh, not ready to sell. Who is ready to sell? What are you selling that you cannot even sell, Ivanchi? What? No emotion. Drop my food. Drop calmness. Take deep breaths. Count to 10. Shut you sick. Positivity. This isn't Frozen and I'm not Elsa. It's not that big. Go ahead. Gaslight me one more time.
You are angry, must be that time of the month, or maybe you are just being dramatic. Like, God forbid, if you're a human being with an emotion that isn't calm, collected, or Instagram worthy. God forbid, if you feel something that might make someone else uncomfortable. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. Do you ever get so angry that your own breathing starts annoying you? Like, why do I sound like this? Who approved this air circulation inside my body? I am not just angry, I'm emotionally constipated, mentally burnt out, and spiritually just ready to scream into a mason jar and sell it as trauma scented aromatherapy. So, welcome to my TED Talk of Rage. You ever stub your toe and now you remember every bad thing that ever happened to you? Or you get cut off in traffic and now you are planning a TED Talk called Why Should Every Driver on Earth Be Jailed Immediately? Or my favorite, when someone asks you, Are you okay? While you are clearly not, and now somehow this is going to make it worse. Like, yes, Savitri, I am okay. I just dropped my food, got ghosted, and stepped on dog poop. But thanks for asking, like I'm an active farm. We are taught to handle anger gracefully, like take deep breaths, count to 10, or maybe journal about it. But the truth is, I don't want to journal. I want to scream into my pillow and uppercut a wall like a WWE character in a bad name. Over. And yet, the world treats calmness like it's a moral virtue. If you cry, you are unstable. If you shout, you are aggressive. And if you sit in silence with rage in your eyes, suddenly you are scary. So, what do we do? Smile while we burn? And don't get me started on women in anger. Because when a man gets angry, it's strong leadership. When a woman gets angry, it's hormone, hysteria, and my favorite, unprofessional. I'm sorry, but if Raju from accounting can throw a stapler across the room and get promoted, I should be allowed to clench my jaw without being sent to the HR, right? Anger in women makes people uncomfortable. It threatens their fragile fantasy that we are all supposed to be soft, nurturing, and forgiving like little sunflowers with endless patience. But newsflash, I'm not a Disney princess. I'm a grown adult with a nervous system and a threshold. Okay, and just because I don't snap every 5 minutes doesn't mean I don't want to. And do you know how many women are out there walking around with a repressed rage like it's a side hustle? And even if we do express anger politely, calmly, and respectfully, we are still the problem. So, yes, I'm not overreacting. I'm reacting properly to the world that treats my rage like a malfunction. Do you know what else makes me angry? Society. That damn whole user manual of existing. They want us to be chill but productive, vulnerable but not too emotional, huh? Be passionate but don't hurt anyone's emotions. Be healed but don't you dare act like you have been through anything. Like, take a struggle. Do I need to cry in a lemon suit or scream into a glittery pillow? Because I can't decide. Please tell me. Everyone's just pretending they are fine. while spiraling into group chats called lol hell or dead inside gangs. And don't even get me started with toxic positivity. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, so do migraines. Doesn't mean I enjoy them. Do I? I'm angry that I can't even be angry without being judged. If I cry, I'm too sensitive. If I shout, I am being dramatic. If I stay quiet, I am giving attitude. So what do I do? Should I make a PowerPoint presentation of my internal breakdown? Will that help? Slide 1, this is your fault. Slide 2, again your fault. Slide 3, here's a chart to show how much I regret talking to you. And I'm tired of being told to let it go. I hold grudges like they're family heirlooms. I can recite arguments from 2012 like there's Shakespeare in monologues. Okay? Okay? And can we talk how nobody lets you get angry unless you are a dude in a Marvel movie? I mean, if you're a woman or queer or soft or fragile, your anger is scary, unattractive, too much. Like, I'm sorry, am I hurting your fragile peace with my very valid fury? Like, bro, I am not angry because I want attention. I am angry because I have had to shrink myself for so long that I don't even remember what my full voice even sounds like. And don't you love it when you finally express and someone hits you with, you are being too sensitive. You always take things the wrong way. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Sir, it's not a kiddie pool. Okay? It's a generational trauma ocean that I'm drowning in. But who cares? Go ahead. Gaslight me one more time. Maybe I'll evolve into a hydrated, emotionally repressed version of myself with no opinions and a smile tattooed on my face. We are taught to apologize, explain why we are upset, to use nice words. But I don't want to use nice words, okay? I want to scream in emojis. And don't you dare tell me to just let it go, because I will not. Because this isn't Frozen and I'm not Elsa. You know what happens when you bottle up anger? It starts leaking into your body, your bones, your relationships. You start snapping at your mom because she asked what you want for dinner. Your coworker starts annoying you because they were breathing too loudly. And you start confusing your needs with being too much. And suddenly, you are the villain in your own life. This video is a message, a boundary, and a final straw. And honestly, next time someone tells me to calm down, I'll kindly suggest them to do something creative with their yoga mats.